Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Holy shit, that was close, boys. The difference in size of the road, my goodness, we're gonna cover that. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, today we're gonna be uploading some near crash experiences I've already accumulated on the bike, and we're gonna do a couple of roll races. And channel update, the C7 C51 Corvette is almost here, should be ready by next week, and it's going to be severely detuned for the first 500-600 miles before I have to take it back in there for another oil change and a dyno tune. So the Corvette's almost here. The Corvette is almost here. It's been a long time since it was featured, but with a brand new 427 build, fully built, and forged, stroked, all that good stuff, it'll be back better than ever. Anyways, ladies and gentlemen, let's cover the crashes, the near crashes. And so right here, ladies and gentlemen, I want you to pay attention to how uneven the road is going to become. The road to the left is significantly taller than the road to the right since it dips down. And I switched lanes last minute. Had I waited a second longer, the difference in height between the roads would have hit my tire and the bike would have leaned over. Because again, the road to the left is way taller than the road to the right. Check it out. So we approach the road. I make a last minute lane switch, and then I notice the discrepancy in height. The road to the left is way taller than the road to the right. Had I waited a split second longer, the bike would have absolutely lost its bearings. There was just too much of a difference in height, and it would have hit the tire in a really weird way where it would have just knocked the bike over. It was a mad close call. Again, video doesn't do justice, but the difference in height was substantial. You had to be there to see it. I've seen people crash for a lot less. The discrepancy in road was massive. And fuck, 1 millisecond later and that would have been a wrap. Anyways, in the next clip, you're gonna see us carving the twisties, and then my buddy decides to turn left without any given warning. We're flying 120 plus, and all of a sudden I see this bike stop in front of me. And yes, I did panic a little bit. I did not expect to have to react to such a situation. So check it out, and then we'll cover it. We go flying, flying, flying. Buddy's up ahead, he's on it. Then all of a sudden I notice a discrepancy in speed. And he dragged ass to turn left. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's break this one down. Alright, slow motion, we're flying down. We notice homeboy has completely hit the brakes. So I'm hitting the brakes right now. I have two escape options. I could go to the left or to the right. But I make neither choice by that moment. As the left is most likely where he's going, and the right is very hard to swerve to the right when you're engaging the brakes that aggressively. When you're hitting the brakes at full effort, the bike will not let you steer to the left or to the right. You would have to release the brakes for the bike to be able to maneuver. And if I release the brakes, I reduce the amount of time it's going to take to hit him. So I was at an impasse. I could either rely fully that the brakes are going to buy me enough time where this motherfucker will finally turn left, or I could release him and attempt to swerve out of the way. And the judgment call I made is to bide the time. He eventually had to turn, and I truly believed he had to turn. So I doubled down that he did, and thank God he did, because if he didn't, that was a fucking wrap. Now, how could that have been avoided? Well, obviously speed is one, but homeboy for sure should have fucking made some serious call outs and said, hey, I'm turning left, put his blinker on, etc. And then when we were on comms and I'm telling him fucking turn, you need to turn, dude. If I'm telling you to turn and you're dragging like that, it's for a reason. Hindsight 2020, you could have just been on the far right and you would have been safe. But again, it's very easy to sit back and fucking judge that when you're going 120 and notice that you have to react in a split second. If not, it's over. I doubled down on the brakes. Swerving could have been a very good option. But again, super easy to judge behind the screen. Super easy to judge when you're not in the moment and have to react instantly on a brand new bike with less than 300 miles on tires that you do not fully trust, and on a bike you don't fully know yet. You do not know how it's going to react if you hit the brakes aggressively. So a lot of things to say about that one, ladies and gentlemen. Alright, next clip we got me racing my buddy's BMW 540i. It's got the Gen 1 B58, fully stock on 93 octane, and finally a fucking a dub for the bike. It's about damn time. It's a 40 roll, and I think we only got to 90. So let's check it out. Alright, we slow it down. I'm gonna wave it down with my helmet, and my buddy to the right of the Honda. I need a gap cam on the bike. I just installed one, so next time we'll have some footage from the rear. It's like I held my own against a Honda too. Next one was a dedicated roll with the Honda A40 roll. And there's gonna be a couple malfunctions that we have on that 40 roll. Essentially, the wind drag was causing my clutch lever to falsely engage when I wasn't holding it down, which would deactivate my quick shifter. But we'll check that out shortly. It's a known problem with these BMWs. We go quick wave down and we take off. No, Monica! Let's analyze what really happened in this race. We gotta slow it down. Why was this different from basically every other time I've done it with Homeboy, where I actually stay ahead and past 90, not just 90. Let's check it out. Alright, we're waving it down. We start. The BMW's torque and power delivery is just far superior to a 2017 Honda. These bikes are making over 190 stock on dynos, while Hondas are making in the 170s, even with full bolt-on application. Anyways, he's passing up. I want you to pay attention, and I'll zoom in. I tried to shift to 5th gear multiple times, but my bike was not letting me. And then we're gonna see. Check it out in 3, 2, 1. Warning: enough wind resistance against a clutch falsely engages the clutch and it disables the quick shifter. No problem with BMWs. You really gotta tighten the clutch up, which I would eventually do with Homeboy's help. And so that goes to show, I couldn't shift to 5th gear, and so I held down 4th gear and I was still ahead. Let's take another look at the start. So we wave it down, we engage first, we're going to shift to 2nd, we're going to shift to 3rd, we're going to shift to 4th, still be ahead, and then we cannot shift into 5th gear because of the wind resistance. And only then does he pass me up at about 90 miles per hour. Fortunately, the bike will no longer shift. Let's watch it in real time. So overall, it's pretty clear that the Gen 5 S1000RR, again, it is a new generation super bike. It is making way fucking more than just a Honda RR 1000. As a matter of fact, the dyno is higher than the triple R stock for stock and mod for mod. So that goes to show that the fuck, dude, BMW isn't something to be slept on. And I truly believe that if we do these races multiple times, the outcome will be the same. From 40 to 90 to 100, the BMW is going to win. The torque and power delivery is superior. And even though it's restricted to 9,000 RPMs and only 40% throttle registration, and until the higher gears. So in other words, if I gun it in 2nd gear and I gun it in 5th gear, it actually feels faster in 5th gear, because 5th gear isn't restricted like 2nd and 3rd gear are on these bikes. This is a known thing that BT Moto has covered so many times before. Anyways, every single time I've raced Homeboy, it's been the exact same outcome, and I stay ahead until about 90. Now, that also means that this dude's fighting wheelies. He's fighting a lot of fucking shit at the start. I remember on my R1M, like, a fucking 40 roll, dude, would have been a nightmare to have fucking started at. And especially if you don't have every nanny system turned up. And this bike doesn't have wheelie control. It does have ABS and it does have traction control, but it doesn't have wheelie control. So this dude's having to fight the tires coming up and whatnot. while the BMW is just fucking cleanly launching. Since again, it's 40% throttle registration. I could pin it to 100, but the bike's only registering 40%. So in order to wrap this video, all I have to say is, I truly fucking believe that this bike, on a completely stock tune, is going to get the absolute fuck out of the 2017 CBR. It's not even going to be close. Simply put, these bikes are making over 190 stock. In comparison, my full bolt-on E85 R1M never saw 190. It never reached that. On E85, it never fucking reached that, dude. So this bike's gonna be a fucking unit. The more research I do on this bike, the more I watch BT Moto talk about it and his tunes, the more I know that this is a next level super bike, and I'm excited to bring that soon. I'm also excited to announce that in no time we will have the Corvette back on the channel, a 427 7-liter V8 ready to shine and ready to get some runs in, you know, after I'm done with the braking. 500 miles to get it fully tuned, and then the first 3,000 miles I have to take it easy. That doesn't mean I have to baby it. What that means is just no repeated runs back to back. So that will fly by in no time. And ladies and gentlemen, I hope you enjoyed the video. We shall see you all next time.
I sold my bike at